June 20th, Relationship Martyrs. Many of us have gone so numb and discounted our feelings so completely that we have gotten out of touch with our needs in relationships. We can learn to distinguish whose company we enjoy, whether we're talking about friends, business acquaintances, dates, or spouses. We all need to interact with people we might prefer to avoid, but we don't have to force ourselves through long-term or intimate relationships with these people. We are free to choose friends, dates, spouses. We are free to choose how much time we spend with those people we can't always choose to be around, such as relatives. This is our life. That is it. We can decide how we want to spend our days and hours. We're not enslaved, we're not trapped, and not one of us is without options. We may not see our options clearly. Although we may have to struggle through shame and learn to own our power, we can learn to spend our valuable hours and days with the people we enjoy and choose to be with. God, help me value my time in life. Help me place value on how I feel being around certain people. Guide me as I learn to develop healthy, intimate, sharing relationships with people. Help me give myself the freedom to experiment, explore, and learn who I am and who I can be in my relationships. I'm Herb the Addictaholic. This is the language of letting go. And there's been some friendships, there's been some romantic relationships that I've had that I've stuck around in because we have a history. We've known each other this long, or we used to be really good friends, or we used to be in love, and so now we're kind of in this routine of a relationship, but it might not be good for either of us, and we keep trying because that's what we're often told, like work things out, figure it out. Like, you guys have been friends for so long, there's no reason you shouldn't be friends anymore, and all those, that, like, we're encouraged to maintain relationships, which is good in a lot of ways, because sometimes we really do love that person, friend or romantic or whatever, and we're just going through a hard time and we're growing, and growing pains aren't always easy. And sometimes we get through that hardship on the other end, we're stronger in our relationship for that. But sometimes that's not the case. Sometimes somebody just might not be a match for me in my life, and it might be time to move on. And that's, as hard as that is and as shallow as it sounds, like, to continue on in a relationship that's vexing and draining and creating like turmoil and chaos, it's not a good idea either. Why stay in something that's painful if you can just walk away from it? It's not to say you have to be mean or be like, negative about it, or carry like resentments as you walk away. Like, really let it go. And I have a friend who I've known since junior high, and we do like music stuff together, and we've worked together quite a bit. We share a lot of common interests, and he came to live with me when I got out of the Air Force, and for a while there everything was cool, and then we kind of ran into some differences, and left on a bad note. He moved out because I asked him to change out the water jug once in a while, type of thing, and he felt offended that I had to ask him, and I was like, well, can you pitch in? And not to say one of us was better or worse or anything, it's just like that's how it worked out. And he's like, oh, I'm out of here, so he left. Well, we ended up back friends again, and then something happened and he drifted, and then we were friends again, and most recently it was over a religious conversation, and I'm not anti-religious, I'm just not religious, and he doesn't understand how I can believe in a higher power but not believe in his specific God, even though he doesn't follow the dogmas of his specific God religion. It's kind of hypocritical, but he doesn't understand how I can believe in a higher power without having a specific one. Anyways, it was a conversation of religion that caused him to run. I don't want to talk to you anymore, that's it, I'm gonna delete your number and blah blah blah. And I'm like, man, I've known this guy since junior high, and I'm open-minded. I'm willing to discuss these things and laugh about it. You know, I can talk to a rabbi and a priest in the same day and have great conversations and not have to follow either one of their religions. You know, and I've talked to them who don't have to convince me, and like that's great. I think he felt I was trying to convince him that his God was wrong, which I wasn't. Whatever it was, that relationship had to end, and it sucks. I still love the guy. I'm still here for him if he needs me, but I got a life to live, and I don't have to continue in a relationship that causes turmoil. You know, I hope you guys got something out of that, and I hope to see you tomorrow. Keep coming back. It works if you work it.